Good morning, students. Today's topic is effect of temperature on rate of reactions. Temperature dependence of the rate of reaction. How rate of reaction is influenced by increase or decrease in temperature. So it is a general observation, whenever the temperature of a reaction mixture increases by 10 degrees Celsius or 10 degree Kelvin, the rate of the reaction nearly becomes double. So the rate of reaction increases with increase in temperature. Here we define a term known as temperature coefficient. Temperature coefficient, it is the ratio of rate constant at T plus 10 degree and rate constant at T degree. So suppose if we have two different rate constants, one at say 298 Kelvin and another one at 308 Kelvin, then the ratio of the rate constant at higher temperature, which is 10 degree higher, to the 10 degree lower temperature, it is known as temperature coefficients. And for most of the reactions, the temperature coefficient is between 2 and 3. That's why we say that the rate of reaction becomes nearly double whenever the temperature increases by 10 degree. Now why this happens? ऐसा क्यों होता है? So this we can understand if we study the graph between the kinetic energy and the temperature. There is a graph between kinetic energy and fraction of molecules at two given temperatures. One is T and other one is T plus 10 degree. So we have two different temperatures. First is T degree and other is T plus 10 higher. If we observe this graph, in both the graphs there is a peak, this peak, and corresponding to this peak there is a energy which is possessed by maximum fraction of molecules. This is most probable kinetic energy. So what is happening when we have increased the temperature? The fraction of molecules with this energy, it lowers down. But we know that whenever the reaction has to take place, the reactant molecules must have a particular amount of energy. This we can understand from a graph which is plotted between the energy and reaction coordinates. Here we see the reactant molecules have a particular amount of energy, and when we increase the energy, activated complex is formed at maximum energy, and when activated complex loses energy to become product. So what happens when we increase the temperature by 10 degrees Celsius? The fraction of molecules with such energy, it increases. Here we can see the plot of T plus 10 degree. The plot of T plus 10 degree, if we observe it, then the area under this curve, this is the curve of T plus 10 degree. So area under this curve, it is just double as to area under this curve. This was for T and the increase is for T plus 10. So the rate of reaction increases with increase in temperature because the fraction of molecules which have the particular amount of energy it increases. And as we have seen that the temperature coefficient, it lies between 2 and 3. It is nearly double. To understand the effect of temperature, we can study it by an equation known as Arrhenius equation. Arrhenius equation. So in Arrhenius equation, rate constant K, it is equal to A e to the power minus EA upon RT. Here the meaning of different terms. This K is the rate constant. Capital A, it is the Arrhenius constant, also known as frequency factor. Frequency factor. E is the exponential. EA, it is the activation energy. R is universal gas constant, and T is absolute temperature in Kelvin scale. So these are different terms. Here you know all the terms except this A, frequency factor. Frequency factor is defined as frequency of binary collisions. Frequency of binary collisions of the reacting molecules. Per unit time and per unit volume. Per unit time, per unit volume. So suppose we have a reaction mixture in a particular volume, then in the unit volume, how much collisions are taking place per second between the reacting molecules? It is known as frequency factor. And the two quantities A and EA, they are collectively known as Arrhenius parameters. A and EA, these are Arrhenius parameters. Now if we see this equation, K, it is equal to A e to the power minus EA upon RT. If we take logarithm on both sides, then we will get natural log of K, it is equal to natural log of A minus EA upon RT. And if we observe this equation carefully, suppose first we will rewrite it. It will be natural log of K minus EA upon R. We can write 1 upon T plus natural log of A. So this equation is in the form of equation of straight line. Y is equal to, here we forgot to put equality sign, y is equal to m x plus c. So if we plot a graph between natural log of K and 1 upon T, then the graph will be straight line and the slope is negative. So this graph will be like this. Here intercept is natural log of a and slope it is equal to minus Ea upon r. Now if we convert this natural log into base 10, then we will get 2.303 log of k it is equal to minus Ea upon r into 1 by t plus 2.303 log of a. This is again equation of straight line. Here if we plot graph between before plotting graph we can rewrite it as it will be log of k it is equal to minus Ea upon 2.303 r into 1 by t plus log of a. So if we plot graph between log of k and 1 by t, the graph is like this. The intercept will be log of a and slope will be equal to minus Ea upon 2.303 r. So this is equation, straight line equation. These equations, different forms of equation we have written. First was k it is equal to a e to the power minus Ea upon rt. Then we have written it like natural log of k it will be equal to natural log of a minus Ea upon rt, and then we written in base 10 log k it will be equal to log of a minus Ea upon 2.303 rt. So these are all different forms of Arrhenius equations, and when we come to the numerical problems, the numerical problem may be based on any of these forms of equation. There are different type of equations, we can use any of these equations. Now suppose we have a reaction in which at temperature T1 the rate constant was K1. We change the temperature to temperature T2 and at temperature T2 the rate constant was K2. Now if we write the Arrhenius equation for these two conditions, we will get log of K1 it is equal to log of A, since for a reaction it will be constant, minus activation energy is also constant, Ea upon 2.303 r into T1. And for the second set of conditions, temperature T2, the equation will be log of K2 it is equal to log of A minus Ea upon 2.303 r into T2. So here we have two equations. This is equation 1, this is equation 2. Now if we subtract equation 1 from equation 2, equation 1 from equation 2, what we get? We will get log of K2 minus log of K1 it will be equal to log A minus log A, and moreover we will get plus Ea upon 2.303 r, and in the bracket we will get 1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2, or it will be equal to log of K2 upon K1. This is 0, log A minus log A is 0, EA upon 2.303 R, and in this bracket we will get T2 minus T1 upon T2 into T1. So this is one another form of Arrhenius equation. If in a particular numerical problem we are given different rate constants at two different temperatures, and suppose we have to calculate activation energy, then we will use this equation. Here we can see there are 5 variables: K2, K1, T2, T1 and activation energy. So if we are given K1, K2, T1, T2, we can calculate activation energy, or we are given activation energy K2, K1 and T1, we can calculate T2. So these type of equation numerical problems are based on this Arrhenius equation. Now after Arrhenius equation, there is one another topic in this chapter. It is collision theory. Collision theory of chemical reactions. Collision. So according to this theory, whenever a chemical reaction takes place, the reaction will take place only when there are some effective collisions between the reacting molecules, and the number of collisions that are taking place per unit volume per second, it is known as collision frequency. We have studied it earlier in Arrhenius equation also. Collision frequency is the number of collisions that take place per second per unit volume. So this is collision frequency, and whenever there are effective collisions, then the product will be formed. Now how can we decide whether a collision will be effective or not effective? To decide the effective collisions, there are two factors which decide the collision are effective or not. First is energy factor, and second one is orientation factor. Whenever the molecules will collide, only those molecules are responsible for the formation of product in which the molecules have a particular amount of energy, and this particular amount of energy is known as threshold energy. If the molecule have threshold energy, only then the collision will be effective. So according to energy factor, molecules must have the colliding molecule must have threshold energy, and second one was orientation factor. Only those collisions will result in the formation of product in which there is a proper orientation of the reacting molecules. One example is given here. Suppose CH3Br combines with OH negative to give CH3OH. Then there are two possibilities. OH negative can approach the CH3Br either from the direction of Br negative or from a direction opposite to Br negative. Now according to this orientation factor, only that collision will result in the formation of product when OH negative will approach from the direction opposite to Br negative. Opposite to Br negative. This is orientation factor. So we have seen that in the collision theory, those collisions are effective or result in the formation of product in which there is a particular amount of energy, threshold energy, and the molecules are in a particular orientation. Now, taking into consideration these factors, we can write the equation as K it is equal to P into Z AB e to the power minus EA upon R into T, where P is known as orientation factor or steric factor and ZAB is the collision frequency. Here are the different terms. There are two different terms. P is known as steric factor, and ZAB is known as the frequency factor. So this was the collision theory, and based on the collision theory we can explain the formation of products in a chemical reaction. The last topic in this chapter is effect of catalyst on the rate of reaction. Effect of catalyst. So we all know catalysts, they increase the rate of reaction. And how catalysts increase the rate of reaction? This we can understand with the help of this graph, which is plotted between potential energy of the reactants and the reaction coordinate, how the reaction proceeds. Now suppose we have some reactants with a particular amount of energy, this energy. Initially we have to supply some energy to initiate the reaction, and these products will be converted into subactivated complex, and then this activated complex will be converted into final product. So we have supplied some amount of energy so that the reactants must be converted into activated complex. This amount of energy is known as activation energy. This is activation energy, EA. Now what happens when we use a catalyst? Catalyst forms the activated complex at a lower energy. Activated complex will be formed at a lower energy, and then it will be converted into product. The energy of reactant and energy of product, they are same, it remains constant. So the overall energy change, it will be same. But what is happening? The activated complex is formed at a lower energy, and if we compare the lengths, the path of the reaction is shortened by using the catalyst. So if we have to explain why the catalyst increases the rate of the reaction, so there are two factors. First, the activated complex is formed at a lower energy, and second one is the path of the reaction is shortened. So this was the topic in which we have studied about the effect of temperature on the rate of reaction, then collision theory, and effect of catalyst. In the next lesson we will do some numerical problems based on this chapter, chemical kinetics. Thank you.